When we talk about balance and stability, especially as we get older, one of the most overlooked areas is the core muscles. Most people think of the core as just the abs, but in reality, it's much more than that. Your core includes your abdominal muscles, your lower back muscles, the muscles around your pelvis, and even the muscles that support your spine. These are the muscles that hold your body upright, that keep your posture straight, and that allow you to move with control and confidence every time you take a step. Now here's what happens as we age: when we sit for long hours, when we stop using those deep stabilizing muscles, they begin to weaken, and when the core becomes weak, your balance suffers. You start to rely more on your legs or your arms for support, and this creates instability. So if you've ever felt wobbly while walking or found yourself grabbing a chair for balance, that's a sign your core isn't doing its job. The good news is you can fix this. You don't need to go to the gym or lift heavy weights. You just need to start activating your core in simple ways. Let me explain exactly how to do that. One of my favorite exercises is called the pelvic tilt. You can do this lying down, even standing. Just tighten your abdominal muscles, gently flatten your lower back against the floor, hold for a few seconds, and release. What this does is teach your body to engage the core again and reconnect those mind to muscle signals that often get lost over time. Another great one is the standing march. Stand tall, hold onto a chair if needed, and lift one knee at a time. Slowly and deliberately as you lift, keep your abdominal muscles tight. This movement trains your core to stabilize your spine as your legs move, which is exactly what happens when you walk. This is key because most falls happen not from tripping but from losing control of your center of gravity. Strengthening your core helps you control that center. You can also practice something I call the balance hold. Stand with your feet shoulder width apart, tighten your core, and then lift one foot slightly off the ground. Hold for a few seconds and feel how your body makes tiny adjustments to keep you stable. That's your core at work. Your brain and muscles are communicating, constantly finding balance through micro adjustments. The stronger your core, the faster and more accurate those adjustments become. Now you might wonder how this connects to walking stability. When your core is strong, your body moves as one solid unit. Your steps become smoother, your weight transfers evenly from one foot to the other, and your back stays aligned. This reduces strain on the knees and hips, and it protects you from the kind of awkward missteps that lead to falls. A weak core, on the other hand, causes your upper body to sway. Your steps become uneven, and your body compensates by tightening the wrong muscles. That's when the risk of losing balance increases. It's like trying to walk with a loose steering wheel in your car. You can still move forward, but it's unstable. Strengthening your core is like tightening that steering wheel, giving your body precision, control. I recommend doing at least 5 minutes of core engagement every day. It doesn't take long, but the effects are powerful over time. You'll notice not just better balance, but also better posture and even improved digestion, because a strong core supports your internal organs and spine. Your breathing gets easier too, because your diaphragm moves more freely. So the next time you go for a walk, don't just think about your legs, think about walking from your center. Every step should come from a strong, stable core. That's the foundation of movement and the secret to preventing falls naturally without relying on external support or complicated routines. Keep your core active, keep your spine aligned, and you'll find yourself walking with more confidence every single day. When it comes to walking safely, especially as we age, one of the biggest mistakes people make is taking long strides. Many seniors think that longer steps mean faster progress or better exercise, but the truth is that long strides actually throw your balance off and increase your risk of falling. The key is not how far you step, but how controlled and stable each step is. Taking shorter steps gives you much more control over your body's center of gravity. And that is exactly what keeps you upright and steady. Let me explain this in a simple way. When you take a long step, your front foot lands too far ahead of your body. This shifts your center of gravity forward, and for a brief moment you're actually off balance. If the ground is uneven, if your shoe catches slightly, or if your muscles react slowly, that small moment can turn into a stumble or a fall. On the other hand, when you take shorter, more mindful steps, your body stays directly over your legs, your muscles engage naturally, and you maintain stability with every movement. Shorter steps also mean your feet spend less time in the air and more time on the ground. That's a huge advantage because stability comes from contact with the ground. The more time you're balanced over your supporting leg, the less likely you are to wobble or trip. It's a smoother, safer rhythm. It might feel slower at first, but it's actually the most efficient way to move as you age because it protects your joints, your balance, and your confidence. Another important point is control. When you shorten your stride, your muscles work together in harmony. Your ankles, your knees, your hips, and your core all communicate and share the load evenly. This prevents overstraining any one area and keeps your walking posture natural. Long strides tend to pull your hips forward and arch your lower back, which can cause tightness and even pain in the spine. Shorter steps allow you to walk upright with your back aligned and your core engaged. That's what we want, a walking form that supports the whole body rather than stresses it. Now here's a little exercise you can do to feel difference. Stand up straight and take a few exaggerated long steps. Notice how your upper body sways and how hard it is to stay balanced. Now reset and take smaller steps about half the length. Focus on placing one foot gently in front of the other, landing softly from heel to toe. You'll immediately feel more stable, more connected to the ground, and more confident in your movement. That's your body telling you it prefers shorter steps. For seniors especially, this technique is life-changing because it trains your balance system to respond faster and more accurately. It also reduces joint pressure, particularly in the knees and hips, because shorter steps prevent your legs from overextending. The movement stays within your range of control, which means less risk, less pain, and more endurance. Another tip is to slow your pace slightly and pay attention to rhythm. You're not racing, you're retraining your body to walk efficiently. When you take slow, controlled steps, your brain and body start working together again. Your eyes scan the path, your core stabilizes, your legs move smoothly, and your posture stays upright. This level of coordination dramatically cuts down on stumbles or sudden missteps. You can also practice this at home. Walk across your living room, focusing on steady, short steps. Feel your foot roll from heel to toe and notice how each step connects to your breathing. If you make this a daily habit, even for just a few minutes, you'll begin to move with more awareness and security. That awareness is what prevents falls before they ever happen. So remember, walking isn't just about moving forward, it's about how you move. Shorter steps mean more control, better posture, and stronger balance. It's a small adjustment that brings huge results. You'll walk more confidently, you'll reduce strain on your joints, and most importantly, you'll stay steady on your feet. This is one of the simplest yet most powerful habits you can build for lifelong stability. Posture is one of those things most people take for granted until it starts to cause problems, and by that time it's often too late. Poor posture doesn't just make you look older, it actually affects the way you walk, the way your muscles function, and even how well your brain receives balance information. When I talk about posture, I'm not talking about standing stiff like a soldier. I'm talking about developing a natural upright alignment that allows your body to move efficiently and stay balanced without effort. Here's something most people don't realize: when you walk with your head tilted forward or your shoulders hunched, your center of gravity shifts forward. That extra pressure goes straight into your knees, hips, and lower back. It also disrupts the messages going from your eyes and inner ear to your brain about where your body is in space. Those signals are crucial for balance. So when your posture collapses, your brain literally gets confused about your position, and that increases the risk of falling. Good posture begins with awareness. You want to keep your head up, your eyes forward, and your shoulders gently back. Imagine there's a string pulling you upward from the top of your head, not to make you rigid, but to elongate your spine. This small adjustment immediately changes how you move because your muscles start working in better alignment. You breathe more deeply, your core engages naturally, and your steps become lighter and more controlled. Try this right now. Stand up and notice your position. If your shoulders are rounding forward, pull them slightly back. Feel how your chest opens up. Now tuck your chin in just a little so your head sits directly over your shoulders, not in front of them. That's a neutral posture. This is how you should walk every day, not forced, but with gentle awareness. When you walk in this alignment, something powerful happens. Your body weight distributes evenly through your joint. Your hips move more freely, your knees bend naturally, and your ankles absorb shock the way they're supposed to. This means less strain on your joints and far better balance. You'll also find it easier to maintain a steady rhythm because your upper body isn't swaying or dragging you forward. Posture Also affects your breathing and energy levels. When you slouch, you compress your lungs and diaphragm, which means less oxygen gets into your body that can cause fatigue, dizziness, and slower reaction time, all of which contribute to imbalance. But when you stand tall and breathe fully, you feed your muscles and your brain with oxygen. That oxygen improves focus, coordination, and even confidence while walking. Now, let's talk about how to strengthen your posture over time. Start by practicing posture checks throughout the day. Every time you stand up from a chair or start walking, remind yourself head up, shoulders back, eyes forward. Another simple exercise is the wall alignment drill. Stand with your back against a wall, heels about 2 inches away. Try to touch your head, shoulders, and back to the wall without straining. Hold that position for 30 seconds. This helps your body memorize what correct posture feels like. If you make this part of your daily routine, your posture will improve naturally, and you won't have to think about it. It will become automatic. You'll notice you can walk longer distances without getting tired. You'll feel lighter on your feet, and most importantly, you'll move with more confidence and stability. One more important point is foot, where poor posture can also come from wearing unsupportive shoes. If your shoes tilt your body forward or lack arch support, they can throw off your alignment. Choose shoes that allow you to keep your body balanced over your feet, not leaning forward. So remember, posture isn't just about looking straight, it's the foundation for safe walking and stable movement. Keep your head up, your shoulders open, and your eyes focused ahead. This simple awareness will transform the way you move and protect you from unnecessary falls. A strong posture equals a strong balance, and that's the secret to walking with power and grace at any age. One of the most underestimated muscle groups when it comes to walking and balance is the glutes, the muscles in your buttocks. Most people think of the glutes as just sitting muscles, but they are actually some of the most powerful stabilizers in your entire body. Every time you take a step, your glutes are supposed to activate to keep your hips level, your legs aligned, and your spine supported. But as we age and spend more time sitting, these muscles become weak and lazy. When that happens, other parts of your body, like your lower back and knees, have to take over, and that's when instability and pain start to creep in. When your glutes are weak, your hips start to wobble. With every step, you might notice that your feet turn out or your stride feels uneven. That wobbling motion is a sign that your glutes aren't doing their job. The gluteus medius especially is responsible for keeping your pelvis steady during movement. If it's not strong enough, your entire balance system gets thrown off. Even if your legs are strong, your walking pattern becomes inefficient, and your risk of tripping or falling goes up dramatically. Now, the good news is you can reawaken and strengthen your glutes very easily. You don't need any special equipment, you just need awareness and consistency. One of the best things you can do is simply start engaging your glutes consciously. When you walk, think about gently squeezing your buttocks each time you take a step. It might feel strange at first, but this small action retrains your brain to activate those muscles automatically. Over time, your glutes will fire up naturally and provide the support your hips and spine need. Another powerful exercise you can do at home is the glute bridge. Lie on your back, bend your knees, keep your feet flat on the floor, and lift your hips upward as you squeeze your glutes. Hold for a few seconds, and then lower slowly. This exercise teaches your glutes to work again while strengthening your lower back and core. It's safe, simple, and very effective for building the foundation of good balance. If you prefer standing movements, you can do side leg lifts. Hold onto a chair for support, stand tall, and lift one leg slightly to the side while keeping your body straight. Focus on using your glute muscles to lift the leg, not your lower back. Do this slowly and with control. This exercise strengthens the outer glutes, which are essential for lateral balance, that side-to-side stability that keeps you from tipping over when you lose footing. As your glutes strengthen, you'll notice your walking feels different, your steps become smoother, and your hips stay level. You won't feel that side-to-side sway anymore, and your lower back will start to feel relief because it's no longer doing all the work. A strong gluteal system acts like a built-in shock absorber, protecting your joints from stress with every movement. Weak glutes are one of the most common hidden causes of falls in older adults. People think they trip because of their feet, but the problem often starts much higher up. If the glutes aren't holding the pelvis stable, your whole body alignment collapses for a split second, and that's all it takes to lose balance. By keeping those muscles strong and active, you're reinforcing your body's natural support system. Even something as simple as standing up from a chair can become a glute exercise. Instead of pushing off with your arms, use your legs and focus on squeezing your glutes as you rise. That small shift builds strength every time you move. So remember this: when you walk, don't just move your legs, move from your hips. Walk with intention and power coming from your glutes, not your knees. The more you engage those muscles, the more stable and confident you'll feel, whether you're climbing stairs, walking uphill, or just moving across your living room. Your glutes are the silent guardians of your balance. Keep them active, and they'll keep you safe, strong, and steady well into your later years. Walking barefoot or in minimal shoes is one of the most powerful yet simplest ways to improve your balance, strengthen your feet, and reduce the risk of falling as you get older. Most people don't realize how much they've lost connection with the ground over the years. We've become so dependent on thick cushioned shoes that our foot muscles have become weak, and our sense of balance has dulled. The feet are designed with over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments. They have built-in sensors that constantly send feedback to your brain about the surface you're walking on and the position of your body. When you wear thick soles, all that information gets blocked, and your body loses awareness of where it is in space. Now think about it this way: every time you take a step barefoot, your brain receives instant feedback about pressure, texture, and balance. You're essentially training your nervous system to react faster and more accurately. That's why walking barefoot on safe surfaces like grass, sand, or even inside your home can be one of the best exercises for fall prevention. It's not just about strengthening your feet, it's about waking up your entire balance system. When you walk without shoes, you begin to use muscles in your feet and ankles that may have been dormant for years. These small stabilizing muscles keep your arch lifted, control your ankle movement, and help your body adjust instantly to changes in terrain. Weakness in these areas is one of the top reasons people lose balance or twist an ankle. By simply walking barefoot for a few minutes each day, you can retrain those muscles and restore that natural stability. Start slowly. Don't go from wearing shoes all day to walking barefoot for hours. Your feet need time to adapt. Begin with 5 to 10 minutes a day on safe flat surfaces like carpet, wood floors, or grass. Focus on spreading your toes and feeling the ground beneath you. Try to distribute your weight evenly across your feet, not just the heels or toes. As you do this, you'll feel more grounded literally and mentally. One of the biggest benefits of barefoot walking is improved proprioception. That's your body's ability to sense its position and movement. Without shoes numbing your feet, you start to feel subtle shifts in balance. Your brain becomes more alert and responsive. You learn to adjust before a fall ever happens. It's a kind of natural reflex training that no balance machine can replicate. If you prefer not to go completely barefoot, you can use minimal shoes that have thin, flexible soles. These allow your feet to move naturally while still giving protection from rough surfaces. The goal is to let your feet feel and move the way they were designed to, not trapped and rigid inside stiff foot. Where another point to remember is that walking barefoot strengthens your arches, which can help with common issues like plantar fasciitis, knee pain, and hip misalignment. When your feet get stronger, your entire posture improves because your foundation is stable. The body always builds upward from the feet, so if the base is weak, the rest of the structure suffers. Now, of course, safety comes first. Never walk barefoot on unsafe surfaces where you could step on sharp objects or slip. Wet floors, uneven terrain, or public spaces aren't suitable. Stick to clean, familiar areas like your home garden or a quiet park pathway. The goal is not to toughen your feet, but to reconnect them to the ground and reawaken those balance sensors that time and shoes have dulled. So make it a daily habit. Spend a few minutes every morning walking barefoot at home while you stretch or make breakfast. Feel your toes spread, feel your arches engage, and notice how alive your feet feel afterward. Over time, you'll find that your steps become more secure, your reaction time quicker, and your sense of balance sharper. Walking barefoot or with minimal shoes isn't just a natural therapy for your feet, it's a powerful way to train your body's stability system. You'll move with more confidence, you'll strengthen your connection between brain and body, and you'll rediscover the natural rhythm of walking that keeps you safe, balanced, and strong at any age. Hydration and electrolytes are two things most people completely overlook when it comes to walking stability and preventing falls, yet they play a major role in how your muscles function, how your nerves communicate, and how well your balance system operates inside your body. As we get older, Our sense of thirst becomes weaker, we simply don't feel as thirsty as we used to, and because of that many seniors walk around mildly dehydrated without even realizing it. That dehydration doesn't just make you tired, it directly affects your muscle coordination, your reflexes, and even your ability to think clearly when you move. Let me explain what happens when your body is low on water. Your muscles depend on proper fluid balance to contract and relax smoothly. When you're dehydrated, they become stiff and prone to cramping. You might have felt your legs suddenly tighten or your feet cramp. While walking, that's not just age, that's dehydration and loss of key minerals called electrolytes. Electrolytes like potassium, magnesium, sodium, and calcium control how electrical signals move through your nerves and muscles. If these minerals drop even slightly, your muscles can misfire, your balance can weaken, and you can experience dizziness or lightheadedness. When I work with people who often feel wobbly or off balance, one of the first things I ask about is their hydration routine. You'd be surprised how many people drink tea, coffee, or soft drinks all day, but barely any pure water. Caffeine acts as a mild diuretic, meaning it pushes water out of your system. The same goes for many medications commonly used by older adults. They can cause dehydration quietly over time. Without obvious symptoms, you might not feel thirsty, but your body is struggling to maintain muscle control and joint lubrication. Now here's what you can do to fix it. Start your day with water, not coffee, before breakfast. Drink 1 glass of plain water to wake up your cells, then keep sipping throughout the day. Instead of drinking large amounts all at once, add a pinch of sea salt or a squeeze of lemon to 1 or 2 glasses a day to help your body absorb the water better. This helps maintain your sodium and potassium balance naturally. Another thing that helps is increasing foods rich in electrolytes. Potassium is found in avocados, spinach, and leafy greens. Magnesium comes from almonds, pumpkin seeds, and dark chocolate. Coconut water is also an excellent natural source of both electrolytes and hydration. Without the sugar overload of commercial sports drinks, these foods nourish your muscles at a cellular level, allowing them to contract and relax efficiently. When you walk, if you often feel dizzy when you stand up quickly, that's a sign your hydration or electrolytes might be low. Dehydration can lower blood pressure temporarily and make you feel off balance. Staying hydrated keeps your blood volume stable, which means your brain gets consistent oxygen and your reflexes stay sharp. When your body is hydrated, your joints also move more smoothly, reducing stiffness that can throw off your walking rhythm. I also recommend spreading your water intake throughout the day rather than drinking too much in the evening, which can interrupt your sleep. Constant gentle hydration is more effective than occasional large amounts. Your urine should be light yellow, not dark or cloudy. That's a simple sign you're drinking enough. One more important point: as you age, your body loses magnesium faster due to stress, poor diet, and certain medications. Low magnesium is one of the biggest reasons for nighttime leg cramps and muscle twitching. If that's something you experience, consider adding more magnesium-rich foods to your diet, or talk to your doctor about a good supplement. It can make a huge difference in how steady and strong your muscles feel when walking. So remember, hydration and electrolytes aren't just about avoiding thirst, they are your body's internal balance system. Without them, your muscles tighten, your coordination drops, and your energy fades. But when you keep your body well hydrated with clean water and natural minerals, your walking becomes lighter, smoother, and more confident. This is one of the simplest yet most powerful habits you can develop to support stability, mobility, and energy. As you age, keep your cells hydrated, and your body will reward you with strength and balance every single step you take. The heel-to-toe walking technique is one of the simplest and most effective ways to improve your balance and prevent falls. Especially as we get older, most people walk without thinking about it, taking uneven or hurried steps that actually put them at higher risk of tripping. The key to safer walking is learning to control how your foot lands on the ground and how your weight shifts from one step to the next. The heel-to-toe technique teaches your body to move with rhythm, stability, and precision with every single step. Here's how it works. Instead of planting your whole foot flat at once, you begin each step by touching the ground with your heel. First, your heel makes contact, then you roll forward gently across the sole of your foot, and finally push off with your toes. This rolling motion distributes your weight evenly through your foot. Activate The small stabilizing muscles and engages your core for balance. Many seniors unconsciously land flat-footed, which makes their steps stiff and increases the chance of losing control. When you practice heel-to-toe walking, your brain and muscles work together in a coordinated rhythm. Your ankles, knees, hips and core all communicate better. Your nervous system receives constant feedback about where your body is in space, and your reflexes improve naturally over time. This creates a walking pattern that is smoother, more controlled, and far less likely to result in a stumble. Another benefit is reduced joint stress because the foot rolls from heel to toe. The impact is absorbed gradually instead of one jarring contact. The force moves through your foot leg and up your spine. Your knees and hips don't have to compensate for sudden jolts, which reduces pain and fatigue. This makes walking not just safer, but more comfortable, especially for seniors with arthritis or previous injuries. You can practice this technique anywhere. Start by taking small steps and focus on placing your heel first, then rolling slowly through to your toes. Pay attention to your posture. Keep your head up, shoulders back, and engage your core. With practice, this movement becomes automatic, and you'll notice your steps feel lighter and more balanced. Try it while walking in your home first, before moving to outdoor uneven surfaces. It's also a great exercise for your brain because heel-to-toe walking requires concentration. It strengthens the mind-body connection. This is important because falls are often the result of distracted movement. Your brain learns to predict shifts in weight and make micro adjustments in real time, making you more agile and responsive. If you combine heel-to-toe walking with the other walking secrets like shorter steps, strong core posture, and activated glutes, you create a complete system for stability and fall prevention. Each element supports the others. Your muscles and nervous system become synchronized, your steps are deliberate, controlled, and your confidence grows with every stride. Remember, the goal is not speed, it's control, rhythm, and consistency. Start slow, focus on the movement, and gradually increase your distance as you get stronger. Walking with heel-to-toe technique becomes a habit that keeps you safe on stairs, uneven sidewalks, and even in crowded spaces. So keep practicing this simple yet powerful technique. Let every step start with your heel, roll through your foot, and push off with your toes. Keep your body aligned and your core engaged. This is the secret to walking smoothly with balance and confidence at any age. When you master heel-to-toe walking, you'll notice a difference in how secure and graceful every step feels, and you'll dramatically reduce your risk of falling naturally and safely.